One of the most magical memories from my childhood was the first time I listened to Oklahoma.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Annie, the producers.
Les Mis.
And then every birthday I would ask for a different cast album. And so to be part of that tradition in whatever small way, it feels really magical to me.
Recording cast albums is always like a huge thrill.
It's sort of a time capsule of your time with the show, and it lives on.
To know that I'm going to be on this one that's, you know, going to be around forever I hope it turns out well.
So he's a bit of a fixer-upper. He's had a couple of bumps. His isolation is confirmation of his desperation for feeling us.
This is the most large-scale recording I've ever done. We've doubled the amount of musicians that we have playing with us.
Having the extra players allows us to have a full string section. So that gives it an epic scope, it gives it depth, it gives it range, it makes it feel like you're listening to a big orchestra.
I really went through and analyzed what do I really need to have to make it sound as full and rich and big as it possible.
Love is an Open Door is one of those big, iconic numbers from the movie that everybody is waiting to see when they come see the musical.
I mean, it's crazy. What? We finish each other's
Sandwiches.
That's what I was gonna say.
Well, Love is an Open Door was like Kristen's idea of the greatest first date ever. And we had to speed up their relationship, that Hans and Anna were gonna have to really be ready to get married by the end, which is preposterous if you think about it.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye to...
We really wanted to capture the sweetness and the quirky charm of the two of them coming together.
Love is an open door. Love is an open. Between Jen Lee's scene and Bobby and Kristen's song, it really, you go through all of those roller coaster of emotions of, you know, the fear and the joy and the like utter panic and frustration, but also like, you know, ultimately just looking at this person being like, oh, you're the one.
Love is an open.
Love is an open door.
So in Act 2, I get to have this great song called KRISTOFF's Lullaby.
KRISTOFF Lullaby is, I think, just one of the most gorgeous pieces of music I've ever heard.
The way it stands in the show, you know, time stops and we go inside his head, and it really has this suspended moment of just such beauty.
The fact that I can hardly breathe is now revealing how much I've changed 'cause of you.
He wears his heart on his sleeve. I think Jelani does. As Kristoff, he begins and he can't, but by that time, he's sort of shed his, like, you know, his own icy exterior.
I believe it to be the first time he understands that he is falling in love. And so it's a reckoning, it's an awakening, and I think it's one of the most tender moments that I have in the show.
Monster was a song that everyone was just so excited about, just because it's such an emotional moment in Elsa's story.
You know, Elsa's on the run, and the stakes are really high. I sort of feel like there's a heartbeat to the song in the orchestration and in the way it's written that I feel mimics my sort of low-level panic in that song as Elsa.
Do I keep on running? How far do I have to go?
Usually with electric guitar in a Broadway show, you're usually telling them like, hey guys, can you cut the volume a little bit? And this is the only time I've ever said, you guys, more electric guitar, and they were like, yeah, man. Because we wanted to get that feeling, we wanted to, in the distortion of the electric guitar, we wanted to create the musical metaphor of the storm.
Not tonight.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was really good.
What I love about Olaf is it's kind of like asking, you know, what do you love about Joy? What do you love about kids? Like he's all, everything's a premiere to him. I think that's my favorite quality.
I'll finally see a summer breeze blow away a winter storm and find out what happens to solid water when it gets warm.
Watching him sing it every night, it's like watching a little mini vaudeville show. You know, it's like the tap number that you always wanted to see. You know, he's charming, he's exuberant, he is, you know, full of wild imagination.
The hot and the cold are both so intense. Put them together, it just makes sense.
You just, by the time he's done, you want to eat him like an ice cream sundae. Oh man, that was perfect.
Awesome!
Thank you.
True Love comes right before the end of the show. It's basically Anna having to accept the fact that she has made some poor decisions, that the thing she believed in for her entire life and the thing that she really thought was going to come through for her, being true love, it did not work out the way she had planned at all. And it's kind of her accepting responsibility for that.
And it completes the journey for Anna too, so that we see this girl that's full of hope in the beginning, and she still finds the hope in this song that is not so hopeful.
I was looking for a fairy tale and dove head first into his. Turns out you can't find love if you don't know what it is.
That the very beginning of the show, Love is an Open Door, it's like the possibilities are endless. And by the end, you know, when she sings True Love, the possibilities have all been what she thinks is completely diminished.
And then to all of a sudden have this moment where it's vulnerable, it's beautiful, it's lush, I'm into it.
The fact that I get to do this is such an honor, to be part of the legacy of Broadway and to have my voice be the voice that people will hear on this album. It's never lost on me how totally extraordinary that is.
I think I want our audience listening to our cast album, I want them to be inspired to spread the love. I can't walk away from the theater without bouncing on my toes even if I'm exhausted, so I really hope that we're able to pass that on to the people that are listening to this music and to this orchestra and our voices.
If you don't know the shows and you are experiencing them through these cast albums, you actually create the story in your head.
Even in 20 years from now, if you've never seen the musical Frozen, you can press play and the overture starts and you can see it for yourself through the music.